Hello everyone, you welcome back to my channel. Michelle here. By now, you probably know that I hate cheap men. And I hate cheap men so much that I often make an assessment into their capacity to spend money. And in this video, I will evaluate the spending abilities of men across the 14 countries in South America. And now here you go again. You know what's coming. We are going to do another tier list system ranking. So, again, five tiers. The first tier is S tier. And this tier in this video is going to mean that he is superb. So, if I put a man in the S tier, it means that he is superb. And this indicates that a man from this country are exceptional spenders. Now we have A tier, which denotes admirable. This tier signifies that a man is a good customer, though he's not as good as the ones at the S tier level. And then we have next B tier, labeled as beneficial, which categorizes men as somehow selective in their spending, but they are still inclined to make purchases. So they are B tier and it means beneficial. Next, we have C tier and refers to as concerning. If I put a man at C tier, this means that their consumers and habits and purchasing habits are somehow concerning, and he probably not going to spend money. And then finally, if I put a man at D tier, this signifies that he is disappointing. This tier reflects individuals who are unlikely to spend at all costs due to their financial constraints. So without further ado, let's get started. And the first country that we are going to be analyzing is Argentina. And guys, officially, South America has 12 countries, but I'm going to analyze 14 countries because there are two other countries that are in South America but are not considered South American countries. But you guys understand, they are at the same geographical space, so they will all go together and I will analyze them all, guys. So hang in there, let's get started. Argentina. Argentina customers are usually good customers. They are easy to spend, they are nice people, they have a little bit of class in them, they have elegance, they are not a lost cause. Although they don't have that much of spending power because Argentina is not a GDP high country. Argentina is actually a struggling country in South America. And but it's just this not it means that they are not good customers. For example, Argentina is the fourth country in South America that that's doing good. So I believe that for their economy, I believe Argentina customers are actually good if you're going to consider that they are struggling. So Argentina customers, to me, are S tier customers. Why they are S tier? S tiers, like I said, means superb, and they are S tier because they are classy, easy to spend. They are not rude, and there's not a lot of them spend because, like I said, Argentina is not doing that great. However, they still purchase, and when they do purchases, they are very easy customers, not customers full of like narcissism and entitlement. No, it's easy. So that's why Argentina customers are S tier customers. And next, guys, we have Bolivia. Bolivia is a country that is right by side to Brazil. It's a very poor country, guys, for so many reasons. In Bolivia, unfortunately, is a country that is struggling. Rarely you're going to see even a Bolivian person making into the United States of America for, a lot of reasons. But whenever they come to a position where they spending, they are not good customers. They are good people. However, they are not nice spenders because they don't have much money. They only have a limited amount, and if they do buy something, it's going to be like very, it needs to be very valuable to them. And I don't think it's a problem, like it's what it is. The country is not doing good, guys. Bolivia, it is the poorest country in South America, and this means a lot because South America, it is usually a region that struggles a lot. But then now we have next country, which is Brazil. And guys, I have so much to say about Brazil because, of course, at this point right now, you guys know I am from Brazil. I was born in Brazil, and the customers from Brazil are so difficult. I mean, difficult to spend, but they are easy to talk to. They are sweet. They are funny. They're nice. However, they don't have anything. They don't have money, and there was a time in 2014, right when I arrived in the United States, they were good customers, and they were known here in the United States for being very good customers because they would buy a lot of things, although not crazy customers. They would buy like good quantities, but they were not like crazy buyers. And I'm going to talk about crazy buyers another time, but they were good customers. And now, because the dollar got so high compared to the Brazilian real, now it's like five. It's too expensive, guys. It's too expensive. I'm serious. I don't even know how could any Brazilian come here from Brazil and just shop. It is crazy. Like it's too much for them. It really is. Even for like a super rich person. And the Brazilian customers, especially when I am talking about regular retail business, they are usually the ones that buy a little bit. They buy a little bit, they're not that bad. They have a little bit, but whenever it comes, I know by now, a lot of you guys know that I work at the strip club, and I have been working at the strip club for many years, many, many years. And the Brazilian customers are terrible at the strip club. The men at the Brazilian men are just horrible. They are men who are not used to buying dances. They don't understand that women here in the United States make money just dancing. It doesn't make sense to them to pay anything for a dance. They think it's pathetic. If they're going to spend any money, it's going to be for full service. Like they never get, not never, but it's very rare, especially right here in Las Vegas. They are really, really bad. They come to the strip club, and they are so clueless. They think that the strip club is a prostitution center, and they come only for the sex. They have no idea that we are just selling dances. Every time when a Brazilian man walks in and a girl approaches him, every girl already knows, every stripper knows the Brazilian customers are so bad. They sit down on their laps because a lot of Brazilian men look like they are Americans. A lot of Brazilian men are so white, they look European, so it's difficult even to say that they are, Hispanic. So by mistake, most of the time, by mistake, the girls mistake them by an American person, by or for someone from from Europe. They by mistake approach them, and they suddenly feel the disappointment to realize that they are from Brazil, and they sit on their laps and they right away stand up, walk. Once I even saw a girl, I thought she was going to break her leg because she stood up so fast, walking away from sitting on the lap of a Brazilian customer, of a man, and that I thought she was going to just fall on her face and break her leg or something, because once the guy told her that he was from Brazil, she ran. And I'm talking about physically ran, because they don't buy anything. They are just there just to, I believe they would probably purchase like the sex, like for maybe like for $500, but they would never spend money on a dance. It's too much for them. They cannot conceive that we were only selling this. They laugh, they find it funny. And I I know that they should be. I think the reason why the Brazilian men would never buy a dance, it's because they don't value women. They don't value our time. They don't like women. I am telling you guys this because I'm from Brazil, and in Brazil, a lot of men, they don't like women. They don't like us. A lot of them have sex with drag queens, and that's so normal. This is really normal. Like even in my family, I think even like having sex with a drag queen, it's not a problem. It's not considered gay. But in Brazil, it's very normal. They don't like women. They don't value us. And I mean, a lot of women in Brazil don't know any better, and I think they deserve what they get, because if those men are so cheap and would not purchase a dance because they feel like they are just being strict, because why, what do they do with the dance? It's just for them that is not worth anything. So the Brazilian customers are really bad customers. Nobody likes them. Nobody talks to them. As soon as the girls realize that they are from Brazil, they are completely ignored because they know that they don't spend any money. So the Brazilian customers are a B tier, which is really really bad, and that says beneficial. Because why I say this, why they are not the worst, because they sometimes they throw money on the stage, which is a little bit, which is actually good. At least they don't come and don't spend nothing, at least a little bit. And as well, when a Brazilian man lives here in the United States, they kind of adapt to the culture and they purchase dances. But if they are just traveling from Brazil to the United States and they come over here, they have no idea that women here actually get paid just to exist. They are terrified. It crashes the world. But then next, guys, we have Chile. Chile, guys, are a country as well in United States that is actually a country that's doing much better than Brazil as far as economy. And it shows because the customers from Chile are usually a little better than the Brazilian customers. They have a little bit more money. And as well, I think they have a little bit of more elegance in them too. So I categorize the customers from Chile as B tier, as beneficial, only because there's not a lot of them. So there is some customers from Chile, but not that many. So that's why. But they are okay spenders. It's not like they don't buy anything, but at least they are good people and they are very nice. And that's why they are B tier, which it stands for beneficial. And next, guys, we have Colombia. Okay, Colombia, and I have so much to say about Colombia. First of all, I asked AI to give me those images, and then AI gave me the wrong flag of Colombia. The Colombian flag are usually yellow, like there's a big yellow like flash, like it's a little bit different than this one. This one is wrong. It's not completely wrong, but it's a little bit wrong. But I asked many times, the AI just gave me the wrong flag. But this very similar, Let's assume that this is the Colombian flag. So the Colombian customers are usually really bad. Bad. They are worse than Brazilian customers. They are worse because they have even less money. Because Colombia is actually a poorest country than Brazil. It has a smaller GDP than Brazil, and as well, I believe that the reason why I suppose that they don't have any money too is because Colombia is also way darker than Brazil. I know you guys probably think that I'm a racist, and I probably am. But the truth is this: whenever a country, like as lighter a country is, as is in color, it's better for the economy. You can see, like if you see on the internet which ones the countries in South America are doing better, is usually the customers who have a higher degree of light skinned people. And this is true for Argentina, is doing better than Brazil, and Argentinian people are lighter skinned than Brazil. And then comes Brazil after Argentina. And it's what it is, guys. The best country that is doing the better in Brazil, in South America, is Guyana. And the only reason why Guyana is doing so good is because in 2015, there was a discovery of oil in Guyana. And since then, the country of Guyana now has the biggest GDP in South America. But, usually goes like in Guyana, people will speak English too. And as well, it goes like this. It goes by skin color. It goes by language. And man, Colombia is doing worse, and they are not. But they are not bad people. At least the people from Colombia, they understand, because Colombia is so bad that whenever someone make in here in the United States, they never come back. In Brazil, it's not that bad, so people come back to Brazil. So they don't. When people from Colombia are here, they usually live here. They are not just traveling. So they usually adapt to the culture and they spend normally. So that's why I think Colombian people are not that bad customers, because they live here and they are already used to the kind of to spend like people that live here in the United States. So, but if they just come from right from Colombia to the United States, we cannot expect nothing from them. They will not purchase a dance neither. It's not in their nature to buy a dance. It's too much for them. They only pay for tax. And this man from Colombia, I put them at C tier because they have even less money than the Brazilian people. So Colombian go to C tier, which is concerning. And now, guys, we have the next one, which is Ecuador. Ecuador, guys, it is a country that often are good spenders. They're not bad spenders. They are easy people to talk to. They are easy spenders. They don't have that much money. They don't have that purchasing power, because Ecuador, it's almost the lowest of the lowest in South America in terms of economy. It is even lower than Colombia. But I feel impressed with Ecuador because they are so low in economy, and the customers from Ecuador are actually good. They're not bad customers. I don't know how they find money, but they do, and they spend. So, and I say that Ecuador customers are B tier, which is labeled as beneficial. Now, guys, we have next, which is Guyana. Guyana is the country that I told you earlier that it's the leading economy in South America, because Guyana is now in prosperity because they discovered oil there. And as well, Guyana people speak English. It really helps the economy too, because of so many reasons. It's really long story, but Guyana, there is not a lot of people that come to the United States from Guyana, because, as I said, Guyana is actually a very good place to live. And so, whenever there is some people that come to the United States, it's usually just for shopping, and they are really good customers, guys. They look like Indian. They look Indian in phenotype, but they are covered in jewelry, covered in gold, covered in all kinds of I don't know, ornaments, and they are really good buyers. I mean, I wish there were more people, but they are just a few. Whenever someone is from Guyana, it is usually means a lot of money. It usually means thousands of dollars in sale. But this is, like I said, it's not all the time, because they are usually not coming here that often. And I believe that poor people from Guyana probably don't even make it to the United States. So that's why they don't buy, that I don't see them. Because whenever I had customers from Guyana, they were crazy buyers. And I'm talking about thousands of dollars. And it is like this too at the strip club as well. But like I said, not a lot of them. But still S tier. Guyana customers are S tier, which stands for superb. Yes, guys. And now we have Paraguay. You know what? What is so weird? I asked AI to give me this image, and then AI wrote Paraguay in the shirt of this guy. I was so upset, and I was like, why? I feel like AI is bullying me. But anyway, Paraguay is with two A's. It's Paraguay. It's not Paraguay. Anyway, I don't know why AI did that to me, but it misspelled the word of this country. Anyway, Paraguay, guys, it's a poor country. Not people don't have money there, guys. Paraguay is almost the most poor country, the poorest country in South America. They are good people, just don't have any money. I rarely someone from Paraguay even make it to the United States. So whenever they make it, they don't buy anything because they don't have any money, guys. It's very sad. They are good people, they just don't have anything. So, and then there is a Paraguay people, which is a I say D tier, which is disappointing. Yes, guys, Paraguay is D tier, disappointing. And next we have Peru. Peru, guys, is people, good customers. They are actually the economy is lower than Colombian actually, but they manage somehow to spend money. They are good customers. They are better customers than actually Brazilian customers. They are comparable to the Argentinian customers, but they are not a lot. So that's why I rank them lower, just because they are not a lot. But I feel impressed, because they don't have any money in Peru. Apparently, the economy there is bad. It's worse. Like I said, is one of the worst. But they are still spending. So I don't know how. So those people are from Peru. I put them as B tier, which stands for beneficial. And now, guys, we have next, which is Suriname. Guys, Suriname is country that is in the middle of French Guiana and Guyana. It's in the middle, right there in the middle. It's very rarely. I think I've met one person only from Suriname. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. The economy of Suriname is bad, but it's not that bad. I know that in 2009 there was violence against Brazilian, because there was some Brazilian people that came to Suriname to work, some immigrants from Brazil, and there was a riot, and they used violence against Brazilian immigrants in Suriname, and that happened in 2009, and I remember that. And I believe the economy is bad because if people are fighting for jobs, it's because it's bad. But rarely I have seen someone from Suriname in my life here in the United States. I probably have met one person only, if I remember, but they were not good customers. They didn't spend anything. I don't have really there is very rarely someone that make it into the United States. Maybe because Suriname, as I know, it's over 80% of Suriname is covered in forest, and I believe probably there it's very fun to live. They probably don't even want to come to the United States, or they just cannot make it because of lack of financial resources. Who knows? I just know that Suriname are not good customers. They are D tier, which is disappointing. And then there is Uruguay. Uruguay, guys, I honestly, Uruguay customers are not good customers. They are good people, but they don't spend anything. And I don't know why, because Uruguay is the second largest GDP in South America, including Brazil. 11 years ago, by the time when I left, there were people who were Brazilian and they were going to Uruguay to live there because there is better quality of life. In Uruguay, it is like Europe. It is so different from Brazil. It is a different world. It's so weird that people can actually leave Brazil and go to Uruguay, for example, to live, because it's completely fine to do that. And for many reasons. But then you can just go and just live there a good life. And a lot of people, a lot of Brazilian people don't know that they're suffering in Brazil for no reason. And that's Uruguay. It is the second largest GDP, but they don't spend any money. I don't know why, guys. So Uruguay goes to D tier, which is disappointing. And next, guys, we have Venezuela. At Venezuela, I think at this point a lot of people know what's going on in Venezuela. And but even before, they have never had any money. So Venezuela are really bad customers. I mean, they're good people. They're so sweet, so nice. It's very sad what is have been going on in Venezuela for such a long time, including when I left Brazil. There were Venezuelan people coming to Brazil to work, and they were coming from truck drivers or bringing them to Brazil. But it was when I left, and it was crazy. It was the end of 2014, and I think it only got worse after that. And they don't spend any money because they don't have any money. So the Venezuela customers go to D tier, which is disappointing. And now we have next French Guiana. French Guiana, it is a property of France. That's why French Guiana is not categorized as South America, because who owns French Guiana is France, and they still want French Guiana, and they have official language as French. I put them at is here together because they are at the geographic location of South America. That's why I put them in. And I have had very few French Guiana kind of customers. They are not as great quality as it is the customers from Guyana. They are of a lower quality, but they still spend money. They are not that the worst, but because they're not a lot, that's why I put them at D tier, because there's not many of them. So I put them at disappointing. Last, guys, this is the Falkland Island. If you are in the United States, you probably know this place by the name Falkland Islands. Islands. However, if you are in South America, most people, at least in Brazil, call this place Maldivas. Oh no, Maldivas. Malvin. No, yes. Maldivas. Yes. If you are in South America, you call this place Maldivas. So this place is self determination, independent country. However, it is property of the UK. So the people in the Maldivas speak English, and they refuse being part of Argentina. In 1982, I think, there was a war between Argentina and the Maldivas because Argentina wanted to take Maldivas for itself. But England didn't want to, and also the population of Maldivas don't want to be part of Argentina. They want to be property of England. So in 2015, there was a vote, and I remember that. It was like 90% of the population of the Maldives voted in favor of being part of being independent from Argentina and being a British territory, but independent British territory. I don't know how that exactly works. Like, how could they be independent and a British territory at the same time? But that's how it is. And those people, I never saw any of them here in the United States. I've never met anybody from the Maldives. I've seen people from the United States that traveled to the Maldives, but that's it. But for the vacation only. But I've never seen anybody that lived there coming here. Probably because they love in there. It looks like from I remember a long time ago. I remember that they were very happy there, and I know that Maldives, it's close to the pole south to the Antarctica, but it's not that cold like that. If you look at the map, it is below Argentina, a little bit on the right side of Argentina, but right there at the end of the tail of the Argentina tail. And I know that they don't have a lot of snow there. It's a little bit of snow, a little drizzle. sometimes, but it's not that bad, and it rains often. I believe there must be a beautiful place to live. I think that's why they're very happy there. But I put the Maldivas customers at D tier because I've never seen one, and so I just assume that they are not good customers because I've never had a customer from Maldivas. So guys, this is basically analysis that I make for men. Of course, women also are consumers too, but I make for men because men are usually the people that I sell to. Then I can make a correct assessment. I do sell for women too, but it's more of the time men. So that's why I make this assessment. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I want to keep making those videos. I do like making an assessment into the purchasing power of men, and like I said, I do hate cheap men, and I all the time I'm trying to spot them so I can get away from them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and leave your comment. Anything that you want to say, go ahead and say it. You can say, go ahead, anything. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. Just say it. Thank you for watching. Bye.